Hey class. So our second discussion board for this week was to deconstruct a fairy tale. And the first fairy tale that popped in my mind and one of my favorite Disney movies is Rapunzel. I love the Disney movie Rapunzel. I can pretty much recite the whole movie. I know all the songs. Which is probably terrible since it came out when I was older and not a kid. Um, but it's definitely one of my favorite movies. I just think it's the cutest thing ever. But anyway, so the moral lesson in Rapunzel, so she's up in a tower, she can't escape because of her mother, who put her up there, who's not really her mother, but the person who stole her from her actual parents. But she's not aware of this. She has been lied to her whole entire life. And she's stuck up in this castle, and she so badly wants to leave the castle. I know the fairy tale book version and the movie version are a little different. Because in the book, the Prince Charming comes and he's like, "I'll save you, Rapunzel, let me climb your hair." And then in the movie, she is and this is why I like the movie, is because she's very independent and she didn't need a Prince Charming saving her. The Prince Charming who actually comes in the movie is a bad guy who is stealing, and she beats him up with a pan, which I think is hilarious. And the whole reason she wants to leave is because she wants to see the world and she wants to see the lights. And that's a big reason why I like the movie version. And in this discussion board, I'm going to be kind of more referring to the movie because that's the one I prefer, just because it's her independent self. I prefer the Disney movies that are the woman is independent and she's not just being saved and rescued by a man, because we don't need no men to save us. We are strong, independent women. But anyway, so the moral though of the whole story is that when something is destined to happen, no one, no matter how much power they have, like her mother that has her locked in there, doesn't have any ladders or stairs or any way to get down besides her hair, which is definitely a safety concern, that we're climbing on hair up a tower and there's no ladder, there's no stairs or scaffolding or anything. We are just relying on human hair to lift us up into the air. And not only are we relying on a completely different, not having stairs and stuff, but Rapunzel in the movie, she's having to pull her by her hair. She has her, the hair's looped over this little thing to make a pulley thing, but that would completely hurt your back, because I'm sure her mother has to be 120 pounds or more, in realistic life. And I was a cheerleader. Let me tell you, picking up 120 pounds, even with having the help of two other girls, is very heavy. And I still, to this day, have back problems from it, from obviously not picking her up probably the correct way, bending in a way I shouldn't have, bending at the waist instead of doing the proper ergonomic way to lift something that is that heavy. But back to the moral of the story is that when something's destined to be, that no matter how much power someone has or all this thing, it will never stop it from happening. If that is your destiny in life, it's gonna happen. And sometimes people get caught up when things don't happen, the way they think it should happen, or happen as soon as they would want it to happen. But you have to have faith and not give up. And as long as you keep on trying and you don't give up on what your goals and your wants in life, that you will eventually make it there. And that is definitely something that sometimes I struggle with, and I want things to happen now. I want it now. I want to move up in my company. I want to graduate, without taking the at 2-3 years to take the classes. I mean, just in life in general, everyone is always in a rush. And like I mentioned in my last discussion board post with the empowered one for this week, is I had a delay when I had my health problems. And it set me back because I found out I was sick right after I graduated with my undergrad degree. And I graduated early from my undergrad degree just so I could hurry up and get my graduate degree out the way and move on into what I wanted to be in life. So when I had that setback, it really hit me hard, and I had to, take that time off and slow down and figure out what my goals were and realistically when they were going to be met and how I was going to meet them. And now I see why I didn't get to jump right into my graduate degree. I have now changed my major. If I would have jumped right in, I would have gone through something with psychology. At that time, I wanted to work with kids who have disabilities like autism and Down syndrome. But having that time off, I got to explore more work fields, I guess you would say. And I changed my major for graduate school, and now I'm getting my degree in safety, and I am now working at Lowe's. And I was talking about it the other day to my grandma, and I was like, this is the first time I'm working somewhere and I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. And I see now that my rushing back then and my delay, like I wanted to rush and hurry and get it done, but the delay I had in my life was there for a reason. And I was destined for something that I didn't even know was going to happen yet. Kind of like Rapunzel. She just wanted to explore the world and see the lights, and she didn't realize she was destined to find her parents, her real parents, and get away from her evil adopted mother. So that's my fairy tale and my take of what's behind it, and then some of the safety issues with her back, the pulling of the hair, and like not having proper way to actually get to and from the tower are definitely big safety concerns. So yeah. Anyway, have a good week, everyone.